I studied the numbers. I studied the trends. I analyzed the capacity of post-COVID audiences. It's all very technical because we're talking about one of my favorite things, and that's the moolah, the money, the 2023 box office predictions. Now, if you're a betting man, call up your bookie, because every one of my predictions is going to be accurate, okay? And that's what we're going to be doing here today. We are going to be going over the predictions of what's going to be like the big hits at the box office. But more than that, what is every movie going to do? You know, is this going to be an up year for the industry? Is it going to be a down year? So starting off here, so these are like finishing the run movies, but I still think they're worth mentioning. Avatar: The Way of the Water. I'm predicting it'll finish its box office run this month with like a small, measly little 2.3 billion. You know, pretty pathetic if we're being honest. Didn't get to 2.7 billion there, James. You know, he's gonna be 400 million short from the first film, which is an absolute failure on his part. Honestly, he should give up. What are you trying to do making movies anymore? I think that Avatar franchise, it truly could be dead in the water right now, because I just don't really see the point. If you're not making 2.7 every time you're up there, if you're not making 3 billion, what are you even doing here, James? So terrible box office performance. Probably a large part of that happening from the Current News podcast doing a boycott of it. I imagine most of you guys listen to us had the sense to be like, hey, what's going on here? You know, this isn't right. So yeah, sorry, James, but you got dick whacked by the Colonel News podcast, baby. Boom, popped it, locked it, butted your ass cheeks down. Missing. Okay, so this is the Searching 2018 sequel. It came out this January. It looks interesting. Found footage thriller. I haven't seen it yet because why would I? I have better things to do. But I'm going to guess a decent 50 million worldwide box office, okay? I'm going to say decent 50 million worldwide box office. I think that's pretty fair. It looks interesting, but, you know, I mean, this is not a Nolan, right? It's not a Nolan. So it's bullshit and stupid. Let's get into February here because, you know, the month of love, as they call it, you know, Valentine's Day and my dad's birthday. So I guess it's not the month of love. It's cold, distant, and lonely month, February is. Getting into it, Knock at the Cabin. So this is M. Night Shyamalan's newest film, and I've been enjoying like everyone else the Shyamalan-essence. It's been great seeing him get back in his form. Entertaining films, low budget, not a huge financial risk, which I think is what these studios are gravitating for. They're like, oh, we don't really have to put too much up for it. I think just name alone in the charismatic presence of Dave Bautista, I'm thinking 150 to 200 million worldwide range. I think it'll make a great profit. So big for Knock at the Cabin. 80 for Brady. Look, old white women will come out for this one, okay? It's got so many old white women in it. This is going to be huge. I already know my mom's book club is sold out. They're going to it 3 times this week. I said, hey, why don't you see it, you know, everything everywhere all at once? They said it looks scary and foreign. So they're going to see 80 for Brady instead. Look, they don't know how to pirate or even stream movies. This is guaranteed audience. 100 million worldwide. I'm thinking for 80 for Brady. Magic Mike's Last Dance. I'm be honest with you. I haven't seen the last 2 films in a while. I'll probably pop them in after I finish recording this. You know, I have the Criterion Collection versions. And I know you're going to say, Noah, there isn't a Criterion version of this film. Well, you know, when you have as much money and connections as I have, you can contact Criterion and they make them for you. You know, whatever you want, you know. Whatever you want. There's some reshoots on mine that are quite tasteful. But I'm going to say, just from the horniness of this movie, 200 million worldwide. Look, people are going to come out to see Magic Mike's Last Dance. I think we all want to see that. I know I do, right? God, I want to see it. Marvel Studios' Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium. 1 billion. I mean, do I even have to say why? I don't want to waste my breath on this. 1 billion. It's $1 billion number. Whatever. Fuck it. Cocaine Bear. First things first. R.I.P. Ray Liotta. I'm going to say 79 million worldwide. It's an okay performance, you know, but they weren't expecting, you know, a hit. So Cocaine Bear, 79 worldwide. So that's rounding out February. Let's get into March here. March is really interesting because we get into Creed 3, 300 million worldwide. I think that 3 and 3 sounds good. It's impressive because the budget is 70 million, but remember 70 million after times 2, that's gonna be 140 million. So that is 160 return. You know, people are gonna be like, oh, people want to see, you know, how Creed turns out with the ending. No, it's the Marvel dweebs, okay? It's those Marvel dweeb nerd fucks that are gonna come out and point and yell, it's Killmonger versus Kang. You know, so there's gonna be that. But you know what? Those fucks have a disposable income. It's fine. Whatever. As long as they see Oppenheimer, we're fine. Scream 6. This is a strong 250 million worldwide, and it's because of Jenna Ortega, okay? That sultry little vixen who plays Wednesday Addams is gonna boost this film's box office to 250 million worldwide. Scream 6, 250 million worldwide. Look out for it. Does that mean the franchise is going to return? I don't really think so. But, you know, as long as you cast hot actors with great asses and deep dimples, I really don't see any reason that, you know, you're not going to have a successful franchise. So, you know, Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Now, this is... WB hasn't marketed this film at all. This feels like the HBO Max equivalent of a movie coming out, because they're trying to tank it before it's even out. I'm gonna say 150 million worldwide, which is it's a terrible number. I think WB is gonna lose probably 50 million on this. I know the first one was endearing and loved, but WB's already given up on this. I think audiences will too. 65. I'm gonna say $6,500. What the fuck is this movie? When I saw the trailer, I thought this was a prank. It looks like a fake movie. Like, look, if you haven't seen the trailer, you need to see it. You need to see the trailer if you haven't. Honestly, I don't know what Adam Driver's doing here. I think his Star Wars money is drying up, because he definitely did this one for the paycheck. It's not gonna make any money, but you know what? Hopefully, Daddy Driver got his bag. You know, that's all we can hope for. John Wick Chapter 4, 350 million worldwide. It's gonna be a little more than Chapter 3, and it'll be a good one to watch with your dad. And I think that's really what's going to propel it, you know? March is always a time to, you know, be with family as you gather from the thaw of winter. I think people will return to the theaters with their father, and they will see John Wick Chapter 4. And maybe, you know, just once get him to say something, you know? Maybe just once fill the silent void, you know? And he might go, hey, yeah, Dad, John Wick can kick ass. And I'll be like, yeah, Dad, he can. What do you think of my movies? And they just kind of like walk away. But you'll have that dialogue, and I think that's going to be great. So John Wick Chapter 4, 350 million worldwide. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. It looks fun. Chris Pine's charisma. He's very charismatic. One of the best Chris's that's not doing Marvel, that's for sure. Actually, on my Chris leaderboard, he's sitting second, right behind Evan. Of course, Hemsworth is third, and just the fall from grace for Pratt, sitting at a sturdy fourth. So right now on the second leaderboard, he could jump to first after this. It's going to be tough because of Chris Evans' enormous penis, which he leaked last year. So it's going to be tough, but maybe, you know, Chris Pine can leak a dick photo or something. This is all just speculation. It's not what the movie's about, but I think in 400 million worldwide. 400 million worldwide. That feels right. April, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Now, this is a wild card, okay? It could make 100 million or 900 million. I'm going to put it at the Lego Movie 2014 range of 500 million. It's going to be a $500 million movie, but, you know, it's for me, it's too big to fail. Like, Nintendo and Universal, they're banking everything on this relationship working out. So I think it's too big to flop. It's too dangerous to say that it's going to be an outright hit, though. Renfield. So this one's for the Nick Cage fans. 30 million. Oh, let's not do too much time here. It's 30 million, you know? 30 mil. Evil Dead Rise. Okay, so I'm terrified to see this franchise's return. Scary movie, but also just weird. I don't know. We could use Barbarian 2022 as a good gauge for this one. It's a post-COVID horror with a small budget. To me, that screams about 45 million worldwide. It's also in April, so it's not capitalizing on that October sort of haunting time. I think 45 million is good, you know? Beau is Afraid. 2023, okay? Ari Aster directed. It comes out the same weekend as Evil Dead Rise. And you know what? It's going to be the loser of this weekend. This dumpster fire is going to bomb. It's got a runtime of 3 pretentious hours. The Midsummer Girlies and the Joker Bros, they're not coming out for this one, okay? I'm not coming out for this one. And you know what? The general audience is not coming out for this one, okay? I'm seeing a $10 million box office worldwide, and Ari Aster's downfall will begin. Hallelujah. Praise Xenu. As an A24 fan, it will be sad. Always hate to see him lose. But as an Ari Aster hater, it'll be awesome. Fuck you, Ari. This is your demise right here. So I think that's great. Getting into May, a little action picks up a little bit here. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I hate to say it, but it's a $1 billion movie. I'm gonna say about $1.3 billion. Especially with being the supposed last outing of the Guardians. Come on, shut the fuck up. We all know that they're gonna milk some other shit. They're gonna like have 7 side characters introduced who are all gonna get their spin-off shows on Disney Plus. But you know what? Sure. Yeah, I think it's gonna be $1 billion. Book Club 2, The Next Chapter. Now, this is an established franchise. This is an established franchise that is expanding on the world. 120 million worldwide, I think. Jane Fonda's going to have a good year. All right, she's going to go off. 80 for Brady fans, they're going to come right over to this one. Fast X. Oh, my God. The 10th Fast and Furious movie. Jesus Christ. And it comes out only 2 weeks after Guardians 3? As we know, superhero films don't have legs. 1.2 billion worldwide. The international audience is going to carry a lot of that, I think. Yeah, that feels right. 1.2 billion. A little less than Guardians, but I think that feels right. 1.2 billion. Disney's The Little Mermaid. Okay. So many people speculate this will be the #1 movie of 2023. I'm seeing a lot of Twitter discourse, but Twitter is dead wrong, okay? The true winner of 2023 is going to come out in July. It's the only hint I'll give you. I can't deny that because it's Disney and it's IP and, you know, all the controversy around it, its film's gonna make $1.1 billion, I believe. $1.1 billion. I'm dumbfounded, frankly, that the general audience still comes out for these awful cash grab live action remakes. Save your money, people. Just watch the original on Disney+. But, you know, $1 billion movie. We can already see it. And they're going to make another one of these fucking shitty things. Getting into June. This is a busy summer, okay? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This better do great. I'll be pissed if this ends up doing the same amount as the first one. $384 million. Deserves so much more than that. I'm saying this deserves, and I'm not going to say that this is what's going to happen, but I'm saying this deserves 800 plus world box office. It deserves to be $1 billion movie. But right now we're just saying 800 million is the prediction. It deserves it. Transformers Rise of the Beast. I guess this franchise will never die. 500 million worldwide. Why not? The Flash. Ooh, this is another tough one. This one is tough. When I was doing the analytics on it, it was really tough. It's got a bad PR, bloated budget, poor marketing. It's releasing in a busy month. However, I know a lot of superhero movie fans won't give a shit about all that flack. I mean, it could genuinely do Aquaman numbers. Or it could do Black Adam numbers. You know what? Split the difference. 700 million worldwide. Pixar's Elemental. So the general audience isn't going to understand this elevated animation. I'm sadly predicting a low 200 million worldwide box office. I'm honestly a little scared Pixar is going to be stuck making franchise films. Like after this, if another swing and a miss happens on a new IP, we're going to see Toy Story 6. You know, we're going to see Bug's Life 2. You know, maybe they bring back Hopper. Oh, okay, well, now I'm excited. I would love to see Hopper back in there. Oh, my God. Wasn't he the best character? Just so menacingly. I really got to look on who voiced him. But such a menacing actor. I wonder if they're still doing things, because they crushed it. But that's beside the point. Bug's Life 2. Let's do a Hopper origin story. Get the team back together. That'd be great. Get that man some money, whoever he is. Asteroid City. This is Wes Anderson's newest film. And with Wes Anderson, I could use the French Dispatch 2021 as a good post-COVID Wes Anderson indicator. And I think it's going to be a decent 45 million worldwide. You're going to get the quirked up white boys on this one. You're going to get the quirky crew. You know, girls who like to read romance, smut novels, and guys who ride to movie theaters on penny farthers. You're going to get that kind of crew in there. So I think it's a solid 45 million. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, this is anywhere from 900 million to $1 billion. You know, it's just like Top Gun Maverick. The dads and grandpas will come out. You know, is this Indy's last ride? Is it his last time whipping someone? Maybe. We'll see. July. Now, July is an exciting time for moviegoers, all right? And it opens up with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Listen, I am foaming at the mouth for this one. All right, there hasn't been a Mission Impossible to cross $1 billion. Not a single one. Think about how many movies there's been. There's about 6 at this point. None of them crossed $1 billion. The highest grossing one was Fallout, and that hit 790 worldwide. But I think if Tom Cruise keeps that Top Gun Maverick momentum, I can see this crossing $1 billion worldwide. Xenu, you all-encompassing alien who knows my thoughts and desires, you know? Hear my prayers, get this to $1 billion. So, with any luck from Xenu, this should hit $1 billion. It would be great to see that finally for this franchise. Moving on here, as if we could just move on. Oppenheimer! Number one movie of the year, easy. Let's start it there. Number one movie of the year, it's $2 billion easily. Fuck, $2 billion feels small. $3 billion. $3 billion. Your highest grossing movie of all time. This is going to be Nolan's first $2 billion plus movie. He earned it, all right? He earned it. I don't give a fuck if he wins the best director, if this one's best picture. We'll all know it's going to be the best movie of the year. You know, maybe best movie ever. Am I calling it now? Yes, it'll probably be the greatest movie ever. I am so excited for this. Oh my God, $2 billion, $3 billion. You know, fuck it. $3 billion, 3.5, $4 billion. $4 billion, all of the money. I'm going to see it 10 times in theaters. You know, I'm going to see it 10 times in theaters. I'm going to cancel my stubs, my A-list, just so I have to spend money on this. You know, I'm doing the AMC A-list normally, and you get 3 free movies a week. Fuck that. I'm canceling it just so every time I go to the theater, I have to physically spend money. I am throwing as much money behind this, and I recommend anyone who's a true fan of cinema that they do the same. Because it's fucking Nolan. Oh my God. Yes, 3, 5, 17 billion. Biggest movie ever. Moving on here, Barbie. It releases the same day as Oppenheimer, $0. No, I'm serious. Fuck this movie. I don't care if Ryan Gosling is in it. I really don't care if Daddy Drive is in this movie. Fuck this movie. Oppenheimer is not only winning the weekend, it's winning the year. Look, if you're one of the people who thinks I'm wrong, then stop listening to me. Stop fucking listening. But Barbie will make $0. No one will give this any fucking attention, okay? Marvel Studios' The Marvels So this is kind of like a weird one, because obviously everyone's still going to be watching Oppenheimer, but this will be a billion-dollar movie, and that's just because Disney's going to buy the tickets. You know, they're going to fudge numbers on this one. They're going to buy up all the tickets and be like, oh yeah, see, we crossed $1 billion. And then, you know, then tax season comes and it's like, hey, didn't you spend $1 billion? And it's just like a whole thing. But they have to make it seem like these movies are still like insanely profitable. And, you know, for a lot of them they are. But this is one where they're just going to buy up the money. You know, so it's kind of a false billion, but it will be $1 billion. August is interesting. Meg 2: The Trench. Look, I love a good old shark movie like any other man. But let's be honest, the Meg 1 was a letdown. And for that, I hope this earns less than the first one. I'm thinking 450 million worldwide. China's going to help this movie out. For some reason, China just loves the Meg. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, they're going to push this thing into still being a profitable territory. It's crazy. Disney's Haunted Mansion. This will be a Disney flop. Yeah, I'm seeing this being their like newest Tomorrowland 2015. I can say 150 million worldwide. The budget will roughly be 225 million, and they're only gonna make 150 million. But it's gonna be a loss of $75 million. It's terrible, you know. They should have kept Guillermo del Toro and Ryan Gosling attached to this project. When they lost them, it was a matter of time. I would have said if they had Guillermo del Toro and Ryan Gosling, this would have been Pirates of the Caribbean type success. But they didn't. So flop. Challengers. Luca Guadagnino. His newest movie, no Timothy Chalamet, and only Zendaya? A flop. A big-time flop. Low 5 million worldwide. Like an all-timer flop. This is gonna be terrible. Unless you got Timmy, you really don't have anything going on with your career. So yeah, no Timmy, no money. You know, it's an easy one. Blue Beetle. What the hell is a Blue Beetle? I've heard nothing about this. What is this? Is it a DC thing? It's a Warner Brothers thing? Really? It's like a car? No? Like an Iron Man sort of thing? No. You know what? I'm putting it under Black Adam's box office. 100 million worldwide. That's it. 100 million worldwide. I'm assuming they threw a ton of money behind this thing. So yeah, it's gonna be a loss. September. Okay, this is interesting. Equalizer 3. John David Washington's dad is in this movie. You know, that's like a Nepo association right there. And I'm gonna give that 200 million. A strong 200 million worldwide. I think John David Washington has just, since Tenet, become such a powerhouse, like, box office force that I think, honestly, it will even carry over to his dad. Let me look this up. Who's his name? It's Denzel Washington. Yeah, I think that's even gonna, like, carry to him. Like, people obviously are like, oh, I don't really know if this guy can act, but I know his son plays an amazing protagonist. So I think that's gonna be a 200 million. Yeah, what a weird one. You know, usually your kids get the Nepo thing. He's getting his dad the credit. That's funny. The Nun 2. Okay, well, the Conjuring franchise is a money-making machine. I see it making like an impressive 400 million worldwide, you know, and it's what is this? An estimated budget of 25 million? That's a lot of profit, baby. I mean, it literally is. These horror movies, they're money-making machines, you know, they just like print money. And maybe they even do. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the franchise too much, but I'm just gonna say these things always hit. 400 million, huge win. A Haunting in Venice. So this is the third Kenneth Branagh, Agatha Christie movie. The most exciting thing about these films is that they're shot on 65mm. That's like the only thing they got going for them. They're gonna replace Gal Gadot with Michelle Yeoh. That's a smart business move. I think it's gonna do better than Death on the Nile. I'm gonna say it's 300 million worldwide. But that's only if no one in the cast gets canceled. I think that's kind of the issue here with these large ensemble pieces. Who's gonna tweet something, you know, anti-vax? Who's gonna say something mildly racist? You know, it's really just comes down to, you know, can people stay off social media, or no one goes looking at their like high school or like college yearbook days. So I'm gonna say 300 million worldwide, but we'll see. The Expendables 4. I think there's room this year for a dumb actioner. I think there is. If Stallone fights for the R rating, it's gonna be a strong 300 million worldwide. I think that for sure. If he fights for that R rating, PG-13, it's gonna tank down. If he gets that hard R, if it's gory as fuck, you know, 300 million worldwide. But my mom loves these movies, so I think, you know, there's an audience. October, Kraven the Hunter. This is another tough one because it can make Morbius numbers. It could be a flop, you know, 167 million, but it could also make Venom Let There Be Carnage numbers, 500 million. And they got him at the right time. The world is thirsting over Aaron Taylor Johnson right now, so that could be lucrative. And it's sounding like he's going to be the next James Bond, so that's another big bust. Oh, man. Oh, me, oh, my. I do love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm going to put it in between Morbius and Venom 2 box. I'm saying 320 million, which is decent. I'm just scared that this character is a little too obscure, and without Spider-Man being in the film, it'll be hard for the general audience to like make that connection. Like, hey, you should care because Spider-Man, you know? Or you know what they could do? They could just do the Morbius thing, and they could tease a non-existent Spider-Man in all its trailers. Just like keep teasing, like, oh, maybe Spider-Man will be somewhere adjacent. You know, that always works. Paw Patrol: The Mighty Movie. I'm not really hearing any buzz about this one. The first one made 140 million, so I think, you know, close to COVID. It's like 210 million worldwide, I'd say. If you haven't been keeping up on Paw Patrol, it's one of the really rawest sort of commentaries on police brutality and just how the system is so broken that it's almost like to defund the police is not enough. You must abolish them because the institutions promote such violence. And I mean, I don't want to spoil the series right now, but they are on some truly dark commentary on the nature of policing in this country. And, you know, the chocolate labs in the show are always being just discriminated by the German shepherds. They say the expression on time one bad apple, but, you know, one bad apple spoils the bunch. It's nuanced and it's great. I'd say 210 million worldwide. Probably deserves more than that. But go check out the series if you haven't. God, it's powerful. Saw X. We're gonna have 2 movies with X in the title. Isn't that kind of weird? I think this one could be memed on, which could help its box office. Like kind of like Minions 2, where droves of teenagers came out to see it just for the meme. If they leaned into the memes, I'm thinking 300 million worldwide. If they don't, then sadly, probably only like 200 million worldwide. Lean into the memes. Memes make money, okay? So that's my recommendation to every studio out there. You know, just make the memes, lean into them, go on TikTok, make some trend about it. Oh, I saw it with my friends, you know, something like that. You know, get something going like that. November, Dune Part 2. $1 billion. Yeah, this is gonna be a hit. We didn't see the full box office effect of part 1 because WB made the disastrous decision to have HBO Max do day-and-date release, so it stunted the box office and only made it about like 402 million. And that actually, the decision made Nolan leave WB, so huge bag fumbled. Yeah, I mean, this time around, the IMAX theaters, they're gonna be packed. Dune Part 2, it's gonna be $1 billion franchise. And we're gonna finally see the heights that the Dune franchise can get to. Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is interesting. It could dominate the YA market since, you know, there hasn't really been a big budget YA film in like ages. I'm gonna say strong 600 million worldwide. I don't think it'll reach the heights of Catching Fire. You know, Catching Fire was at 865 million. But I think if they have enough action and romance, I think it hits 600 billion or 600 not billion. That's more like Oppenheimer numbers. No, 600 million worldwide. Moving on here, December. Aw, Wonka. Oh, we got Wonka. It's a $1 billion movie. We got Timmy singing the little Wonka costume, little Willy Wonka Timmy. Everyone's gonna want to see this. This is gonna be classic, an all-timer, I think. Like, it'll become like a Christmas movie that everyone watches every year. To just see little Timmy Willy Wonka dancing in his little costumes and singing. Everyone's gonna see. It's gonna be cute. We love it. Oh, that little Timmy. Skinny Kings, guys. Skinny Kings. We love to see them. Aw. Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. I actually could see this making less than the previous one. I don't think there's gonna be any legacy cast cameos. This is gonna be enormously detrimental for the marketing. Be terrible. So I'm gonna say 178 million worldwide box office. I think 2 movies this year with Paul Rudd. It might be too much. You know, he's gonna get his $1 billion on Ant-Man, but then this one's gonna, you know, like back to reality. Like, hey, Paul, I think this one's gonna be a flopper. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. It's just gonna be based off of what the female audience are wanting. Is Jason Momoa still their type? If he is, this is easily making 1.2 billion. But if not, probably 860 million worldwide, I'd say. It really comes down to, is Jason Momoa gonna continue fishing naked and just like let his ass hang out for the ladies? Or is he gonna do like a more reserved marketing campaign, you know, where he's in suits and stuff that unfortunately cover his rippling biceps? Does he get a haircut, you know, and we don't see those flowing locks? It's gonna be difficult, you know, and women are constantly changing on what they want, you know. For a while, I mean, it seemed like a no-brainer. Jason Momoa is the model, the type. But then, you know, Pete Davidson broke into the scene, and just, you know, Timmy and Pete's skinny white boy quirked up energy is just taking over the game, you know. So I don't know. Maybe they'll make Pete Davidson the villain, and then they'll just you know, cover the spread on this one. So we'll see. But I'm saying 1.2 billion if women still want to fuck Jason Momoa. If not, it's 186 million. Okay, so conclusion after all this is said and done, the biggest winner of 2023 is gonna be Oppenheimer. I mean, that's a given. It's gonna be $2-3 billion plus movie, and it's an enormous movie. And of course, the biggest loser of 2023 is Barbie, which is gonna make $0 because no one is gonna see your stupid movie if Oppenheimer is out the same weekend. I think that's a for sure loss. I didn't even mention it before, but also it's Greta Garbage Gerwig, you know? She's such a loser. Good God, she's terrible. Anyways, as always, I've been Noah Norton. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and have a great day. All right, bye.